Now, for the past 30 days, I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus as my main tablet. Normally, I use my 2018 iPad Pro 12.9-inch as that role in terms of using it as my main tablet. But for the past 30 days, this tablet here, the S8 Plus, has been working out really well. And that's because it has a nice, or beautiful really, Super AMOLED display. It's got the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 CPU, so it's worked out pretty well in terms of performance. It has some decent battery life. We'll get into that in the video. And it has a beautiful, sleek, and modern look. I have the graphite model, but there are other colors you can get it. There's also the optional 5G. I've been checking it out for the past 30 days, and this is my 30-day review. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my 30-day review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus here for 2022. Coming up. Now, I already did my unboxing and first look review. For those that didn't see it, I'll leave a link in the description below. But the big takeaway is you're now getting the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. That is the latest from Qualcomm. You're getting at 12.4 and Super AMOLED display with 120 Hz refresh rate. It is absolutely gorgeous. Pretty much the same cameras from last year, but they are excellent for a tablet, and we'll get into that and more. But before we do that, I want to let everybody know that in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I'm not being paid by Samsung. I'm not being sponsored by Samsung. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own. Samsung is not getting copy approval. That means they're seeing this video for the first time, just like you. Now, this unit was purchased with my own money. I did not receive a review unit from Samsung. Now, you can head on over to the website in terms of Samsung to pick one up. It starts at $899, but again, you get trade-ins, and there are a lot of discounts you can get with this depending on the time of year. So again, check out that link below if you're interested. Now, I'm a big fan of the design. What we're looking at here is an all-metal design, very sleek and modern. I have the graphite finish on this. It looks really nice, and it comes in at 567 grams. That's for the Wi-Fi model. For the 5G model, that comes in at 572 grams, or about 1.25 pounds. So it's very portable, easy to take with you on the go. And we like that here on this channel. But one thing to note, it is a fingerprint magnet. You will be wiping it down quite a bit. Now, I'm using it with last year's keyboard cover, and that one has a touchpad and a nice kickstand on it, which is different from this year's model, which doesn't have that touchpad. Now, that keyboard cover retails for $229 over at Best Buy, but right now Amazon has it on sale for $146.74. Links will be in the description below. And here it is with the keyboard cover, and that to me is the must-have accessory here, because without it, it really is just a tablet. But when you put it in the keyboard cover and use it with DeX, it becomes a more of a PC-like productive experience, and that is a big win. It also has a place to store the pen, as you see here, and that is really great, so you won't be losing the pen anytime soon. But unlike the iPad Pro with its Magic Keyboard that does have a backlight on it, meaning you can get work done in a dark room or a dimly lit environment, this one doesn't have a backlight, a negative in my book. And for those wondering, this is what the keyboard sounds like when you type on it. Now, borrowing a page out of Apple's playbook, they did away with the power charger in the box. You do get your USB-C cable, as you see here, but again, no power charger. But the good news is they do include the S Pen in the box. Unlike the iPad, where you have to buy the Apple Pencil as a separate purchase, this one is included at no additional cost, and that to me is a big win. Now, Samsung says it reduced the touch response time of the S Pen from 5.6 milliseconds on the Tab S7 Plus to 2.8 milliseconds on the Tab S8 Plus. That's pretty good. And the result is a very pen-to-paper-like feel, which is what you want to see when you have a tablet here of this stature, a flagship. This doesn't disappoint. So taking notes, sketching an artwork has really been great with the included S Pen. I have no complaints. I actually am a big fan of the S Pen, if you haven't guessed by now. It's working out pretty well. All right, let's talk about the battery life, and I'm going to talk about real-world battery usage here. Now, this has a 10,090 milliamp hour battery, and I'm seeing about 8.5 hours on a single charge, and that's with my normal workload, using it pretty extensively. And at the end of the day, I would say the battery life is okay, not great, not terrible, just about middle of the road. Now, the star of the show has to be the display, and one of the reasons I chose the S8 Plus over the S8 Ultra with its 14.6-inch larger display is the fact this is a more portable device. Now, this is a 12.4-inch Super AMOLED display with 120 hertz refresh rate, and when I say it's absolutely gorgeous, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's that good. It has all the hallmarks of a Super AMOLED display, the really deep blacks, the super vibrant colors, the really high contrast, everything you'd want with a display of this caliber. Everything just seems to pop off the display. It's that good. And having that 120 hertz refresh rate means you're going to get that really smooth scrolling, the very fluid experience throughout the UI. And that's a big benefit of having high refresh rate. The downside is it'll use more battery life. And as I mentioned earlier, this has middle of the road battery life. And I think largely in part to the fact that it does have this high refresh rate. Now, this is also a very glossy display, so you will notice some glare and reflections depending on your lighting conditions in the room that you're in, so be aware of that. But despite the fact that it is a glossy display, it is a pretty bright display, so that overcomes a lot of the issues you might have with it, and it's also an HDR10 Plus display. Watching high dynamic range content on this has been great. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is running the latest chip from Qualcomm, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. And as you can see, you can game on it. Everyday use has been great on it. Watching movies, Netflix, Amazon, no delay, no stutter, all worked really well. And the gaming has been good on it as I'm playing Asphalt 9, as you see here. There has been no issues with it. Everything worked flawlessly. Now, for the past 30 days, I've been using this and not only as a tablet, but also as a laptop replacement of sorts, thanks to the DeX mode. And I think for the past 30 days, it's worked really well. Not perfect, of course. There are things that I think they can improve on. That's a topic for another video. But I think for the most part, they pretty much achieved what they set out to do with the tiled windows, with the ability to move the windows and manipulate them, snap them, and do all sorts of things to do productivity work with Microsoft Office or Google Docs or something like that. You have no problem. Connecting a mouse, connecting an external monitor, as I have here, really makes this a laptop type of replacement, but of course, not exactly a perfect one-to-one replacement. We're going to get into that in a separate video. But having said that, I thought I was much more productive using the keyboard case attached to a monitor, attached to a mouse, making the Tab S8 Plus more productive. Now, as far as the sound is concerned, I thought it was really good, and for the past month that I've been using it, really has not disappointed. It's actually been really good. It's got quad speakers, and let's see how it compares to one of my favorites, the 2018 iPad Pro. Now, this is the 12.9-inch version with the Magic Keyboard, and let's see how these compare with one another, because that'll be a good gauge on just how good the Tab S8 Plus is, because I think the iPad Pro 12.9 has probably the best in the business in terms of the audio. Let's give them a listen. Now this is a 1080p, 30 frames per second, front-facing camera. We'll test the back cameras very soon. But what do you think about the video quality? What do you think about the audio quality? Let me know in that comment section below. So this is the front-facing camera. We're now outdoors. Actually, they're dual cameras as well. This is full HD, 30 frames per second. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And I thought the portrait mode on those front-facing cameras worked very well. And as you can see, pretty nice photos, but keep in mind this was a pretty overcast day here in Las Vegas. But nonetheless, for a tablet, these are some of the better photos you're going to take, that's for sure. So this is the rear-facing cameras. They're dual cameras, 30 frames per second. Let me know what you think about the video quality in the comment section below. Let's take a walk to see if there's any image stabilization in 4K. And let me know what you think about it
in the comment section below.
Okay, let's bring it all home. 30 days using the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus has been really great. There's really a great Android tablet. I don't think there's any doubt about it. It's probably the best Android tablet on the market. Is it better than the iPad Pro? Well, just depends on which ecosystem you're in, because this brings a lot of unique features, such as the DeX mode, a lot of things that you don't get with the iPad. I love the fact that the pen is included, although you do have to pay extra for the keyboard cover, and I would recommend going with last year's keyboard cover that has a touchpad and a kickstand. This year's does not have that, and I think it's a big miss. But again, not a backlit keyboard this time around. But I think the overall impressions with this, with the excellent multimedia functionality that this brings, with the excellent speakers, the gorgeous display, makes this a definite winner here for 2022. And while it is expensive and not all Android tablets are optimized for tablet use, this is still the best Android tablet out there in the market. And I have no hesitation recommending the Galaxy Tab S8 Plus here for 2022. So what do you think about this bad boy, the Tab S8 Plus? Really good stuff here. A little bit expensive, starting at $899, add in $229 for this keyboard cover, although it is on sale right now. Check out that link below. It's over at Amazon for, I think, $175 or so. Really good deal, but you definitely want to get it, especially if you're going to use this in DeX mode to be more productive. You can add a monitor, you can add a mouse to it, and of course this has a keyboard on it, and that will make you more productive, especially if you're going to go on the road, maybe use an external monitor and so forth, a portable monitor, as I checked out on the channel, things like that. So it's worked out pretty well. So battery life, I got 8.5 hours on a single charge. Not terrible, not great either. It does have that 10,090 milliamp hour battery. The screen is absolutely gorgeous. It's bright, it's sharp, it's everything you'd want in a Super AMOLED display. But I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about the Tab S8 Plus? Do you want me to check out the S8 Ultra? That would be pretty interesting in its own right. Let me know if I get enough demand, I'll get one. If not, we'll move on. But again, let me know what you think in that comment section below. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.